I'm Dermot Murnaghan and welcome to Capture from USP Content. Coming up, the boom in online video content and some amazing Facebook and social media facts. The big broadcast move to Manchester and how it will affect broadcast PR. A new face on the Formula One scene, a radio revival, and I explore the unreal world of the virtual studio. Hello there. As online grows at a massive rate, so does the role of brand-driven video content. Now, brands are creating content to engage intimately with their consumers, and online gives them the opportunity to target their audience with laser precision. But online video isn't just about shaky cams. The surfing audience expects more. Here's Anna Woolhouse.
Ofcom has just authorised product placement in UK broadcasting. So, whilst we have a cup of coffee, let's talk about some of the other innovations in marketing, both in and around content. A marketing mix which includes online engagement with consumers is now a must-have in the UK, with Britain spending twice as much per head than any other nation. We spent just over £1,000 per head last year, and the nearest to that was the French at £595. Just over 30 million Brits use the internet each day, with 17.4 million using the internet to watch TV or listen to the radio. So, apart from the tried and tested broadcast platforms, online is essential for companies with a message, whether it's live webcast, behind-the-scenes access, or straightforward storytelling. The content has got to be interesting, informative, and engaging. And it must have the same high-quality production values that you'd expect from the BBC or other top British broadcasters. YouTube is the market leader for accessing online video, but Facebook, along with its astonishing social media power, is growing fast as a video source. And here are some amazing Facebook facts. 1 in 5 divorce cases cite Facebook as a factor. 25% of employers have rejected a candidate after looking at their Facebook page. The average Facebook user has 130 friends. People spend on average 55 minutes a day on Facebook. The oldest Facebook user is Lillian Lowe. She's 103 years old. She lives in Wales and she uses Facebook to keep up with her grandchildren. 60% of us use Facebook to check out a date before we go out with them. 11% of people have slept with someone they met on Facebook.
Well now, despite the postponement of the Bahrain Grand Prix, the Formula One year is well underway with new cars, new sponsors, new drivers and for USP Content, a new recruit for its BBC coverage. Natalie Pinkham has joined the team as pit lane reporter.
I'm really excited about the F1 season. I grew up as a big Formula One fan, living near Silverstone, so as a family we used to go a lot to the Grand Prix, and this is the dream job for me. I can't wait. I'm going to be like a little sponge out there just absorbing as much information as I can. It's quite intimidating because I've been told it's something of a circus, a kind of moving circus around the world, and it feels a bit like I'm going to have to get immersed quickly into what is a completely different world to what I'm used to. But I know enough, hopefully, about Formula One to really kind of get a grip of things quickly.
Now, as you can see, I'm ensconced in this comfortable studio in the West End of London. But is it all that it seems? Well, I've been having a look at USP Content's virtual studio technology. Now, Jason's at the controls of USP Content's state-of-the-art television studios here at the end of Charlotte Street in central London. One of the most exciting and useful pieces of technology they have here is their virtual set facility, which can turn this room from a spacious audio studio into a TV director's dream every day. Now, even with a mid-sized blue screen, you can put your talent inside an aircraft hangar of a set. Even this. And notice how I don't have to talk above the volume of jumbo jets because I'm not actually inside an aircraft hangar. Beam me up. There are simply loads and loads of set templates that you can customise to your own requirements. Or USP Content can produce a bespoke virtual set especially for you, be it a tropical paradise live from the Super Bowl or even a television studio in central London. USP Content added Barclays Premier League action to its roster of live sports this season. Together with Absolute Radio, USP is making some giant strides in the digital decade with their live coverage featuring Jim Proudfoot, Russ Williams and Ian Wright, not only confined to Absolute's airwaves, but also online and through the full range of digital platforms, including a great new football app. USP also cut the viral promo for the coverage.
Rock and roll football, the stuff that dreams are made of, and this really is a dream with a difference. It's the big moment, the referees put the ball down.
Well, it's all about technique now.
Everybody is cheering for Skin.
You said it, Jim.
Oh, it's a tremendous save!
I actually didn't see it. I was lost in her leggings.
There is no beating this man today.
Jim, I don't know what's going on here.
Some very dodgy tactics here, Righty, but it looks as though the referee is going to allow them.
Oh, have some of that.
Those wonderful saves of earlier, just a thing of the past. The dream has become a nightmare on rock and roll football.
USP Content covered its 8th NFL Super Bowl for the BBC this year. Making his Super Bowl debut was Darren Fletcher, one of 5 Live's top football commentators. The game between the Green Bay Packers and the Pittsburgh Steelers brought to a conclusion a whole season of live coverage.
Another big turnover for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Social media is the newest and probably most impactful new marketing media. Dom Cook is MD of 33 Seconds, the social media marketing and social technology PR company.
The two emerging areas that I think that are about to happen within social media is social context and social commerce. And social context is you're influenced by what your friends and friends network are purchasing. And the same is true for content. So there's going to be a social layer put across music sites, film sites, news sites, etc. And you'll see what your friends are consuming, and that will influence how you consume. So the old saying that content is king is changing to become context is king. But I think the real innovation is coming from the development community, where they're creating products and tools and applications that allow for innovation. So a good example would be ThingLink, which is a relatively new application that allows you to put audio links or video links or social links on images and pictures, and that just opens up the possibilities from anyone from a musician or an artist to an advertiser or a retailer.
In-store audio has been around for many years, but more and more retailers are using audio not just to create an appropriate mood, but also to engage, entertain and inform their customers. USP is working together with in-store audio specialist Image Sound to create premium content.
2 things really that are really key. One is the regionalisation of content, so that brands can match their product ranges with what's being heard over the in-store audio, and they can have a same generic channel across the whole group, but then can really drill down both to groups and individual sites to make sure that that content is specific for that particular site at that particular time. And the other thing that is really key is that is to get that interactivity with the customer. So less radio related and more music related, but that interaction with what the customer wants to listen to at that particular time is really important. A good example of that would be where you go into a changing room and you have a directional speaker over your changing room, and you have the option on a touch screen to pick what track you're going to listen to as you're trying on your new dress for whatever party you're going to the next night.
From later this year, many of the BBC's key live programmes will be based out of Media City in Manchester. Breakfast on BBC One and Radio 5 Live being just 2 of the main outlets, where guests will need to be either in Manchester or be available remotely. And in preparation, USP Content opens its Manchester office in the summer, and this will help facilitate its own productions for the BBC, as well as help placing guests into programmes via their fibre optic connections between London and the North West hub. That's it from Capture, a USP Content production. I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.